Welcome everyone, we are back with another live session. Today we will talk about language learning and lots of things with Natalie. If you have any questions, you can post them on the comment section and we will try to answer them with Natalie. So we will talk about English teaching, we will talk about some recommendation that Natalie will give, and we will talk about what to do in quarantine and lots of things related to grammar. So let's start with the live session. Welcome again. How are you?
Yes, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. It's very nice, yeah, especially on this Sunday, a rainy Sunday. We have to do something useful. Instead of watching all these Netflix series, we can give some useful information.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna start with the question because some people might not know about you. Can you tell about yourself, please?
Yeah, of course. Okay. So I'm Natalie. I am. Hello, I'm Natalie. You know all these my videos. They start like that. Yeah. So I'm 37 and I'm an English teacher. I work in Istanbul. I work in a private school. So I'm a native teacher for primary and secondary classes, and so I have a master degree in linguistics, and then I also have I'm a TESOL certified teacher. And that's all what I can say about me. I don't really like talking about myself. I like when other people talk about me, and especially when they say good stuff about me. Yeah. so
I think everybody wants that kind of how to say that good thing to hear about themselves.
Yeah. So by the way, I wanted you to introduce yourself too, maybe, because I have a lot of I see my followers here also. So maybe it's better for you to introduce yourself too. Why not?
Okay. I am Fahrettin. I'm the founder of Dil Öğretmenim. I graduated from Hacettepe University, and I'm right now teaching English for 2 years now.
Okay. So
as an English teacher.
As an English teacher. Okay, good. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so let's go to the next question.
Okay, so what are your experiences in teaching English? What kind of students do you have, and what kind of problems or good things that you did in the past? Can you tell about your experiences?
Okay, about my experience in teaching. Well, my teaching experience started, I think, when I was in the university, when I was studying. Well, I was studying at the university, so I was the second course. So I decided to teach because that was everything I like to do. And after that, after graduating from my university, I decided to start working in a language school. Yes, but you know, language schools, it offers you a more flexible schedule. You can choose the time you want to teach, the time you want to work. So it's okay. It's okay when you are single. Yes, when you don't have family, you don't have kids. Yes, because you have to work until 10 or until 11. Yes. It's okay when you are single, but after that, when you have family, when you have kids, it's a little bit difficult. Yeah, so that's why I left the school and I decided to work in a state school in Istanbul. Why I decided to work in a state school in Istanbul? Because I wanted to learn more about the system, how the system works. Yes, because you know, that is the best way to learn about the system in a state school. So this is what I see
what's happening in the government and stuff like that.
Sorry?
How learning happens in state schools.
Well,
it's quite different from private.
Yeah, I don't really want to comment about that. I don't want to
okay.
Yeah, you understand what I want to say. Well, there is a big difference. Yes, there is a big difference between private schools and state schools, but I don't really want to comment about that. I want just to be, you know, I want to be good with both of them. So Yeah, so after I finished with my state teaching, I decided that it's time for me to start working in a private school. Yes, because being a mom, this is the best option that you can do. Yes, take going to school together with your kids and coming together again from the school and stuff like that. And besides that, I am their teacher. Yes, I'm my kids' teacher. It's another experience, yes, for me to be teacher of my own kids. Well, it has a lot of advantages, and it has those advantages actually can be the disadvantages, yes, can turn into disadvantages, because all my friends, well, they are teachers, and they come to me and they say, for example, if something misses from my kids' schedule, where they have to learn something more, or they need some help, they always can help me. Yeah? So this is a big advantage for me, having my kids in the same school. But the same advantage, as I said, it can turn into a big disadvantage. Yes, the same friends can complain about my kids, can say that they talk too much during the lesson, they want them to be more quiet or stuff like that. Yeah, so as I said, the same advantage can become a big disadvantage, yes. But it's okay. You can, for me, actually, it's a big advantage, because I could understand my kids better from a different point of view, yes. Because you know that parents don't really know. Okay, I don't want to talk about all the parents, or I don't want to offend anybody, but usually parents know their kids from one point of view. Yes, they know them at home, watching TV, or I don't know, playing with their iPad, and that's all. But when you have to deal with them at school, that's a different story. Yes. So
completely different view of the students, of the child.
Yeah, so this offered me the chance to know my kids better, yes, from a different point of view, to see them, how they interact with other kids, yes, to see how their learning process, yes. So this is yeah. So up to now, I'm in the same college with them, in the same private school with them. So so this is my experience. Yes, this is my experience.
Actually, your child is in a way very lucky, because she gets to learn,
I have two.
or he gets to,
So I'm double lucky.
your children have the luck of having a native parent, actually, because they get to
I think so.
have
They're
the
lucky.
language.
I think they realize
Definitely.
that they are lucky. Yeah. So well, I had the experience teaching in high school also, and also in secondary classes, yes, and primary classes. So for me, what I like the most is, of course, high school. Of course, high school, because, well, I don't know, I feel them closer to me. I feel that I can discuss with them. I feel that yeah, I can share different opinions. They can come to me and can complain, or we can talk, so this is different. It's a different connection. Yes. Well, primary, it's okay, but you have to be careful with them. So
well, somebody commented that teaching to children is a type of challenge. She says, well, actually,
it
that's
is a
true.
challenge. It is a challenge every day. Yes, it is a challenge that you face every day, and you have to love it. You have to know what you do. Otherwise, if you don't love it, if you don't give yourself totally to this, it doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Okay, I want to change the subject a bit now to learning a language, actually, specifically English. Should learning a language just be a grammar teaching or grammar learning?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. This is the biggest, from my point of view, this is the biggest mistake that I faced in Turkish schools. I'm sorry to say that, but this is the system that works here.
Yeah.
Yes, it's they focus on grammar most of the time, and you know what happens if you focus on grammar? Okay, you might know about conditionals, you might know about present perfect, yes, you might know about all these tenses and so on. But if you don't know how to speak, yes, if you don't know how to express yourself, it's not nonsense to know all these tenses, yes,
Grammar.
all this grammar,
Yeah.
yes. So me as a conversational skills teacher, I try to encourage my students to speak as much as they can. I always say that, okay, you know, nowadays teenagers can be very rude.
They can be sometimes, yeah.
They are rude. They can make fun of each other. They can make such jokes that it's really difficult. Yes. So
Yeah.
they don't want to. So they don't want to talk. Yes, they are complex. They have a lot of complexes. They don't want to talk, and I try to. They prefer. You know what do they prefer? They prefer to fill in the gaps, or they prefer to answer something, to write something, and to give the paper for me to check and to finish.
And that's it, right?
And not to talk, yes, not to express themselves, because they're afraid, yes, they're afraid of other kids, that they will make fun and so on. So what I do during my lessons, I encourage, I try to read the comments. I think this is my bad side, you know. I try to read the comments.
Okay.
Also.
I think that comment was 1 second. Many English teachers cannot speak English in Turkey. Yes, unfortunately.
Yes.
I have to agree on that as well.
Unfortunately, yeah. Unfortunately, well, of course, not all of them, but this is what happens. Yes. So what I was talking about?
Were talking about
so I try to encourage them. Yes, I say, okay, look, everybody can do mistakes. Yes, everybody does. Yes, so even me as a teacher, so it's normal. Yes, it's normal. So so I encourage them to talk. Yes, to speak and to express themselves. And I say, okay, look, I will encourage you. I don't look at anybody. And at the beginning of the year, I usually have a conversation with them. Yes, I tell them, please, nobody makes fun of anybody. Yes, this is absolutely forbidden in my classroom, and because we are equal. Yes, nobody knows English better than each other, so it's forbidden at my lesson. So everybody, tries to understand and to encourage each other to communicate. Yes, to express our thoughts, our ideas. So this is absolutely not. I'm not a supporter of grammar. Absolutely not. Absolutely.
But the thing is that some of the students just want to talk. I mean, they say that, teacher, I want to speak and I don't want to know anything about grammar. Just speak with me. Do you think that that's possible? Without knowing any grammar, can people speak?
Yeah, it is possible. Yeah. Of course, look, for example, the small babies. Yes, let's say native Americans or British. Yes. Do kids know grammar? No, of course not. But they can. Yeah, but they can speak. They can communicate. Yes. So this is what happens also with the students. It's not necessary if you are surrounded. Yes, if you are surrounded by English. Yes, you want. Yeah. So you always like a sponge. Yes, you get all the information. So it. Hello, my friends are here.
Welcome.
Love you too. Okay, yeah, so this is.
Okay, my next question is, what are your recommendations to students who are trying to learn English?
Yes, okay.
General recommendations, any type of, let's say it can be high school students or university students.
I understand, yes, okay. So my recommendations, okay. As I said before, yes, don't try to focus on grammar. That's nonsense. Then try to surround, as also I mentioned before, try to surround yourself with English. Yes. For example, even me. Yes, I come home from school. What do? I turn on the TV, news. Yes, BBC News, and I try to listen in English, or I don't know, radio in English. I don't know if I want to watch some YouTube videos. Yes, I watch them in English. So I try to surround myself with English. Yes, because if you listen, if you hear all the time all these English words, yes, you will get something. Yes, you will get some information. You will get some words. Yes, you are like a sponge. Yes, you are like a sponge, and you will get all this information. So this is what I do. And it also depends. If you want, for example, somebody likes British accent, yes, or somebody likes American accent, yes. So it depends. Oh, and podcasts, yes, podcasts. By the way, podcasts are, I always listen to podcasts. I listen to radio, yes, BBC Radio, and the best, because BBC Radio, the best English ever. And I love this British accent, so I can't do without these British programs. Yeah, so this is what I do. I come home and just from YouTube, choose something with British accent and try to imitate that. Yes, try to speak like them. Yes, with that accent. Don't be ashamed. Yes, I know that some people are ashamed, to pretend they speak like like British. So what? Yeah, do that. Why not? Yeah, why not? Pretend you are like British or American or whatever language you want to learn. Yeah, so pretend that you are a native one. Yes, and try to get the accent. Yes. So
well, actually, this comes to again to fear of talking in English. I mean, they can do that, let's say British accent, but they have that fear of talking to anybody.
Yeah, they're ashamed. Yeah. So for example, I have a lot of students, and I'm ashamed of talking like this accent and so on. Why are you afraid? Why are you ashamed? Nobody will do anything to you. Just feel free. Feel free and pretend you are an British, or an American, and pretend it will help you. Yes. So this is, yeah.
So in a way, students need to get exposed to the language. I mean, whether it is a podcast or a movie or newspaper.
Yeah, absolutely. Reading, yes, reading news. Okay, imagine, let's say me, when I came here to Turkey, I didn't know any word, yes, and I didn't go to courses. Okay, I didn't go to have some lessons to learn Turkish. Yes, how did I do? I don't know, from series, from reading some newspapers, from I don't know, from just being surrounded or by the language. Yes, being surrounded. It is not necessary to be in that country. Yes, it's not necessary to be in England or in America to learn a language. Yes, try to make an environment, yes, where you can learn the language. Yes. So
well, unfortunately, because of the quarantine, we can't do that. I mean, but surrounding yourself with lots of Turkish speakers, or let's say in this English speakers, it's not quite possible because we are stuck in the house. Do you have any recommendations for that? I mean, is there an app that you can recommend to people who are trying to learn English, but they're stuck in their home and they cannot go to Britain? Yeah, applications.
No, I cannot recommend anything. I don't know. I don't use any application, so I have no idea. No, I can recommend different podcasts. I don't know, different radios, but not apps. I don't know. I'm not into apps. I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay. Yeah, but the biggest thing that I hear from my students is that they are in their houses and they don't have anybody to talk to. And also, in terms of English, they cannot practice their language. They can't talk to anybody. Okay, they have some friends whom they can write to, but they want native speakers. They want people to talk to in English, but they say, teacher, how can I do that? So that's a big problem, actually, because native speakers will give lots of things to them in terms of, let's say, phrases and idioms that normally Turkish speakers who teach English won't know about.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But, well, we can't, I don't know. That's the truth. But we have different other options. Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay. Then I'm moving on to the question. of linguistics. So you said you have a master's degree in linguistics. Can you tell us about it? What is linguistics in general?
Yeah, my master degree in linguistics, well, it happened, I think it was like 14, 15 years ago. So you see, it was like a long time ago. You see how old I am. So 15 years ago. I have, yeah, after graduating from my university, I decided to do a master degree in linguistics. So why I decided to do a master degree in linguistics? Because I thought that it is not enough to know a language to teach it. It is not enough, yes, to speak a language to teach it. You have to know, you have to know the structure of the language, yes. You have to know the origin of the language, yes. You have to know how to teach that language. It is very important, yes. So so that's why I have decided to do a master degree in linguistics, and it helped me. It helped me because I understood the structure of the language. I understood the origin. I understood how a language is spoken, and so on. So, for example, yes, because for example, I have even native teachers. Yes, they don't know about that. So they don't know about their own language. Yes. So I wanted to learn about the English language. So, for example, I have a lot of foreign friends from England, from America, yes. And I asked them, can you please give me an example with a phrasal verb, yes, or give me an example with an idiom, or give me an example of, I don't know, participle, past participle. And they were like, what are you talking about? We don't know what is that.
You know, past participle? Yeah.
Yeah, and one of my friends was like, who is phrasal verb? Yeah, he thought that phrasal verb is a person. Yeah, and he's native. Yeah, so you understand what I'm talking about. Yeah, so people don't know this. So who is phrasal verb? Who is phrasal verb? And that's why. Yeah, so that's why if you want to teach, yes, you have to know, you have what is the language, yes, you have to know what is inside that language, yes, what is the structure, what where it comes from, and so on. So it's not enough, yes, so it's not enough just to know to speak the language, yes. So this is that's why I did my master degree, yes. So it helped me, and it's a good plus in my CV, of course, yes, it's a good advantage, it's a big advantage in my CV, and yes, so that's
also to understand the language and the beyond the basics of language. I mean, to understand what is happening behind let's say, the word, inside the word, what is happening grammatically. To learn that is an important thing.
Absolutely, yes,
so,
absolutely, exactly.
So seeing that you have a master's degree in linguistics, I want to ask you this question. What do you think about the future of language? I mean, the technology is evolving. Let's say Google Translate is working 80%, 90% correct, almost. And in the future, let's say 10 years from now, will we have to learn languages?
Well, yes, of course. I think languages always will be in vogue. Yes, it will be trendy to know languages. Yes, why? Because a language is a way of connecting people. Yes, connecting. I don't know. It's an important connection between politics, economics, and so on. So that's why it's a connection between cultures. Yes. So language. Yes, if you know a language, it means that you know a culture. So this is very important. Yes, it's important to know a foreign language. Yes. So so I think even 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, yes, learning foreign languages will be always, in trend. It will always be in fashion. Yes. So so yeah, and about technology. Yeah. Okay. So let me tell you that nowadays I think this coronavirus opened so many doors, yes, to sending me messages. It gets me interrupted. yeah, it opens so many doors to, you know, to different to online education, yes, to different platforms. We have so many platforms now. Even me, I didn't know that we have so many platforms, yes, for teaching online lessons, because for example, now we have online lessons for my school. Yes, we continue giving lessons, online lessons for my students, and I didn't know that we have so many platforms. Yes, we have, well, I don't want to count them, but so many platforms, so many resources. Yes, we have so many resources now, and they are free. Yes, and it's much easier. Yes, it's much easier to learn. Yes, something. It's much easier to get the information. Yes, so yeah, so this is what.
So actually, my last question was related to this topic. So because of the coronavirus, we have to stay home, and we don't know how much longer this is gonna take. So we have to do online lessons. So what do you think about online lessons? I mean, is it the same as face-to-face lessons? How are we going to adapt as a teacher this
Yeah.
new brave,
Okay.
brave new world?
Yes. Okay. So online lessons, as I told you, as I mentioned before, yes, we started online lessons with my students from school. It was something new to me because, okay, I had some one-to-one online lessons. That is different. Yes, when we talk about online education, okay, I want to mention that I'm talking about online lessons for my school, yes, and one-to-one online lessons. Yes, that's completely different. Yes, two parts. So I do both. Yes, I do both. I do online lessons for my school, and I also do one-to-one online lessons. Yes. So what are the advantages and disadvantages of doing online lessons? Yes, for school, for example. Yes. Well, it's difficult for me. I find it very difficult because I need to interact with my kids, with my students. Yes, okay, I do interact with them, but not 100%, because I want a teacher wants to feel the students. Yes, you want to understand them, you want to feel them. It's okay when they come and hug you, or they come and complain, or they come and cry on your shoulder. That is, that is different. Yes, but when you have the screen in front of you, it's a big barrier. Yes, it's a big barrier, and you can't feel the student. Yes, you can't feel it. Yes, you can't totally interact with him. Yes, so yeah, so this is the one of the biggest disadvantages for me. Yes, because I can't feel my students. But it has also an advantage because, well, as you know, as teachers, we spend like 20-25 minutes with classroom management. Yes, they sit down, Ali, don't talk, Aisha, sit down, and stuff like that. And we spend like 20-25 minutes just, trying to calm down the classroom. Yes. But when you have online lessons, you just turn off the microphones, you turn on your own microphone, and you talk, and you just turn on the microphone when you need to ask somebody, and it's quiet, nobody talks, and you don't you don't see them. Yes, it's not necessary even to see them. So because they don't want, they turn off the cameras, and so yeah.
So there is no interruption in the class online, but there is also no interaction. I mean,
so this is why,
that's the
so this
problem.
is the biggest disadvantage. Yes, you can't totally 100% interact. Yes, okay, you just ask him, okay, read and answer, and that's all. But this is different. So the screen tells everything. Yes, it kills everything. Yes,
Yeah,
but
it's
yes,
really a bad barrier.
yeah, it's a barrier. Yes, it's a big one. But when I talk about my one-to-one online lessons, yes, that is a different story. Yes, that is a totally different story. It has more advantages than disadvantages. Yes, because the best advantage, yes, somebody wrote there, yes, the best advantage, yes, because you know why? Because you don't have to waste time on traffic, you don't have to waste time on the way, yes, to get to your student. You just turn on your laptop and you are in front of your student. Yes, and you don't have to waste like 1-2 hours on the way. Yes, So whenever you want to stop, you just stop and say, okay, we can continue in 1 hour or 2 hours or whenever you want. So this is the biggest advantage, yes, on teaching one-to-one online lessons. Yes. So
okay, my questions are over. Does anybody have questions to add?
We managed in 30 minutes. as we arranged.
30 minutes? It's been 30 minutes? Okay. So,
yeah,
does anybody have questions?
I'm keeping an eye there.
So, if no questions are there, so we can finish it. Okay, there is a question.
Okay, it was so nice. Yes.
Okay, one question. I really want this. How can we change Turkish accent? It's a really good question, actually.
Yeah, it is a really good question. Yes, because Turkish accent is a very strong one, as you know. Yes, it's a strong one.
Mm-hmm.
As I mentioned, yes, and you can understand. Okay, it's a Turkish person, yes, speaks English. Yes, it's noticeable. So as I mentioned before, yes, try to listen to. Okay, if you want to change to American, if you want to pretend having an American accent, yes, try to watch some American programs and try to act as you are, to imitate, yes, the accent, yes, imitate it. Don't be afraid, don't be ashamed to imitate it. So this is what there is no magic, there is nothing else. Something happened?
Okay, you disconnected a bit. I didn't hear the last 2 seconds, 4 seconds.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Yes, I can hear you. So you were saying the language, you should be exposed to language and American movies and etc.
Yeah, and I said, and to pretend, yes, to pretend and to imitate, yes, to imitate the accent. Try to act as you are, like speaking. Get a mirror in front of you and pretend you talk to a British, yes, British man or British lady, yes, and pretend, yes. So it will help you to change a bit the accent, yes. Trying to pretend and not to be ashamed and afraid. So this is the best way.
Okay, thank you so much, Dan.
Thank you for inviting me. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure to discuss.
Me too. So I hope that we can do this later, maybe again with different questions.
We'll talk about that. Yeah. We'll talk about that. Yeah. We'll come with something interesting.
Okay, see you. Thank you so much again joining us this
thank you.
session.
Have a nice day.
See you everyone. We will have another live sessions again in the future. So take care.
You too.